Hello, everyone. This is Anubis, and I'm here this time on my podcast with ShyTwilii, and she is one of my friends. I met her on TikTok. You want to say a bit about yourself?
Hi, it's me, ShyTwilii. I am a content creator over on TikTok and Twitch. I mainly stream Magic the Gathering content along with cosplay content and just a bunch of nerdy shenanigans. It literally, yeah, that's me. I just hang out basically with everybody in my community is my friends, so I just hang out with my friends and do goofy shit. Um, I
That's the
forgot to
best
ask if I
content. What
can
do you mean?
cuss. Um,
Bro, it's fine.
I have a potty mouth. It's terrible. I don't know how to filter myself. I'm
I don't
sorry.
know how to stop it.
I grew up in the military. I can't help it. I
Yeah,
It's really bad. That's actually
un-
terrible. So
understandable. Now you can cuss. I cuss all the time.
okay, cool.
Um,
I try to keep it appropriate. I promise.
no, you're good. Um, so first off, we're here to kind of talk about your content creation journey and what kind of brought you into content creation and how you started becoming a full-time streamer. So, what actually did bring you into the content creation world?
Oh goodness. Not a full-time streamer, but I do stream quite a bit. Unfortunately, I cannot be full-time. But, if we go all the way back to the beginning, I think it started when I was a kid. Um, I didn't really post on, like, public platforms when I was a kid, but I was a part of that craze when, oh my goodness, when was this? I was, like, 12 or 13 or something, and I was watching Nickelodeon and iCarly and, shit like that, and I loved to perform, like, I'm a really big performing person. I love to, like, perform music and perform all that fun stuff, so that was always really fun, and for 1 year for Christmas, my family got me this, Chromecast little tiny laptop thing, and it had a
Yeah.
webcam, and oh my god, did I have fun with that webcam, dude, like, I went a little bit too far with the webcam. I was recording anything and everything. I created this little webcast, that I titled goodness, it was "This is what boredom comes to," is what I called it. Uh
That's great.
Oh gosh, it was terrible. It luckily never saw the light of day outside of my family. It's still posted to this day on my Facebook.
Oh my
I think
god.
I recorded like 6 or 8 episodes. It's just the randomest stuff. I think, like, one of my favorite episodes was during the Walking Dead craze. I don't know if you remember, this was back when you still got really excited about the premieres of episodes once a week, and I
Yeah,
was
when they
really
weren't just
bored.
instantly out on like Netflix or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah, like
You couldn't just, like, stream it and binge it, you had to, like, wait,
yeah.
and I can't remember what season it was, but I was so ecstatic for it, so I was so bored that I grabbed my mom's red lipstick and I smeared it all over my face, and, I play acted that I was a zombie, and I interviewed myself, as a zombie,
That's
and then
great.
I I snuck up behind my dad, and I scared the shit out of him while he was on his laptop, and he was, like, in, like, this recliner, and I pushed him backwards, and I think I broke it almost broke his back, honestly, like,
Oh
I scared the
god.
freaking shit out of him. But I was play acting as a zombie, and
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know,
we'll
like,
we'll
my
go with
entire
that.
family saw that video. It was hilarious. I got my little brother in on the shenanigans. I think one video, I was a news broadcaster, and I even recorded, like a vampire ad in the middle of my news broadcast with my little brother. Like, it was actual nonsense. I uh, but it was just performance. I was just having fun in front of a camera and just performing.
Some would say you're a
I just
drama kid.
Yeah, I was definitely a drama kid. I was a part of drama. I'm a part of Glee Club. I was all of that fun stuff. I was such a nerd in high school. And this was in high school, by the way. I was this cringy child in high school. I This was my freshman year that I was doing shit like this. I wasn't like, a kid. It was like between the ages of 12 and 14. I was the cringiest little crapper. Um, but it was an incredible amount of fun, and I think that was just the beginning of it. I grew out of that quite fast. I stopped doing that. But then when I got to about, oh my goodness, 3.5 years ago, I discovered TikTok. And I think I ran out of stuff to perform because I used to do a lot of onstage stuff in high school. Like I did karaoke, I did a lot of music stuff, like singing and stuff like that. And I was just craving like performance, like I missed it. And TikTok rolled around, and I had just gotten a cosplay, my Legend of Zelda cosplay for Breath of the Wild, and I had it for Halloween. And there was this viral like bang bang, you know, bang bang, like TikTok sound. And
AJR
I
bang bang
recorded,
bang.
yeah, I recorded like this TikTok video to it. And it was like a transition and it was so cool and blah 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 blah. And it got like 10,000 views. And
Wow.
there it was. TikTok. It was my thing. I was addicted. From then on, like posting on TikTok. I was having so much fun. I was posting all the time. I guess like at that point my aesthetic was cool girl. I was just going for like this is my content. I just post all about my interests because I like my interests are kind of like wide, but like they're like
They're
people
narrow in a
really,
sense, but
yeah. Like I
like you're
like,
in.
I like video games. I like this, I
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Um got to like I think 10,000 followers and I thought that was really cool. I didn't think I'd ever get past 1,000. I like it like literally blew my mind. And then somebody I can't remember who it was, but somebody said, "Hey, why don't you stream?" And then there it was. I became a Twitch streamer. And,
And
the rest is history.
uh, your name wasn't always Twilight, was it?
No, no, my name used to be Jirachka27, and yeah.
Yeah, I used to call you Dura because I didn't know
Yeah,
how to
you did,
fucking
yeah.
say it.
No, I don't say it right either, it's Russian. It's a
It's
very, very
Russian.
bad
Oh,
word in
okay.
Russian, yeah.
Oh.
It means idiot girl, and it's actually, like
Oh.
I I my high school boyfriend was Russian. He's
Oh
my
boy.
husband now. Um, he's Russian, and he called it to me, like, once or twice, but I was an impressionable child, okay? Like, we all know how cringy I was, we just
I
heard that
was
story.
I was an impressionable
Um,
child.
yeah, just an impressionable child, and
He
he
should
said it
have
to me, like,
known
once or
this
twice.
when he dated me.
I thought it was cool, okay? And, it's actually an insult, like, here in America, you can say shit like that, you can call somebody an idiot, and you can mean it, like, as a, term of endearment. You cannot mean it as a term of endearment in Russian. Mm-mm, it is a very bad insult. So I was just running around calling myself the pretty bad insult for, like, 2 years.
That's wild.
That's insanity to me, but I did change my name to ShyTwilii, thank God. And that is just an offshoot of The Legend of Zelda.
Yeah,
I'm Shy, hi. And then Twilight is just the Twilight people from, Twilight Princess. Um, like, Midna from Twilight
yeah.
Princess, yeah. She's a Twilight, that's, like, her, like,
Which
race. So, yeah,
which you're also a
it's,
cosplayer too. So,
I am, yeah, I cosplay a lot. I really enjoy cosplay.
that's how you first got into TikTok. You said you did a Princess Zelda cosplay. What other
Yeah.
cosplays have you done?
Oh goodness, a lot of Legend of Zelda cosplays. I've done almost all the variations from Legend of Zelda, from Breath of the Wild, I mean. And then I've done, oh my goodness, I did Midna. I did Asuna from Sword Art Online. I've done Lucy from Fairy Tale. I've done goodness, who else? Who else? Who else? Hello, Brain. Uh, Hi- Historia from Attack on Titan. Um, Alila from Magic the Gathering, and I'm the only person that's ever done Alila. I really love that cosplay. Um, that one I had to commission because there was nobody's ever done that one. So it was a heavy sewing project, and I'm not very good at sewing. I've tried really hard. I'm very bad. I don't have the patience. I'm still trying. I'm still trying, but majority of the time I have to buy everything that I'm sorry. I have to buy everything, but I try to cultivate it rather than just buy a full made prop thing. The Legend of Zelda one was a full made one, but then my very first cosplay was actually a Harley Quinn cosplay when Suicide Squad first came out. Um, and I cultivated the whole cosplay. Like every piece I bought separately. so I had to find it. Every piece I had to find, and it was quite the fun project.
That's
And I
fucking
made the
awesome.
bat myself. The bat I
That
made. Anything that I can make, I do make.
that's fucking
That's the fun
crazy.
part. Ugh,
Yeah.
it's hard. Cosplay is hard. It's it's a craft.
I
Like,
couldn't I
people
could
that
never do
make their
that.
whole cosplay, they're
Yeah.
incredible. Like,
Have you seen some
absolutely
of
incredible.
I don't know if you know Overwatch or not, but have you seen some of these Overwatch cosplayers? Like,
They
have you
have, like,
seen
the
some of
full
these
wings.
Yeah, well, it's not even Mercy. Have you seen some of these Reinhardt cosplayers? Because
Yeah, yeah.
Reinhardt canonically is 7 feet tall. They build fucking platform shoes so they can
What about,
stand
like,
to 7 feet tall.
the people that, cosplay that one woman from, Resident Evil, the really tall vampire? What's her
Oh,
name? You know
Lady
who I'm talking about?
Demetria or
And
something.
yeah, 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 like, they're really tall in the white dress.
Yeah,
That's insane. I could
yeah, that's
never.
fucking
Could not be
crazy.
me. But, yeah, I
But
cosplay.
um,
It's fun.
well, you kind of already answered this because you're a drama student or you're a drama kid. What made you become a content creator rather than just a watcher? And how did you come up with your brand idea?
Rather than just a watcher, it's just the performing thing, like, I crave performance, and I have severe social anxiety. You wouldn't be able to tell because I'm sitting alone in a room right now talking to a camera. It's just not the same thing. If you were to stick me in front of a bunch of people, like not even a bunch of people, because even on a stage, I'm a little bit better. But like if I was in front of like a group of 5 people and they're all staring at me and you're asking me these questions, I would like not be able to speak. Um,
Oh, same.
but
Like I wouldn't be able to do this interview in person. Like,
yeah, no, but like as a perform from like a performance based, it's something that really brings me out of my shell, and it's quite addicting, just the way that that makes me feel and the confidence in and of itself that that gives me is addicting. Um, I had, like, this big hiatus last year where I was really burnt out, like, I burnt myself out so hard, and I took a break, and the only reason I came back is, 1, I missed everybody, like, I missed everybody so bad, and 2, I missed the performance, I missed the confidence that it gave me, 'cause I that's something I was really missing was the confidence, and, so that's why I became a creator rather than just a watcher. Uh, and then the other half is just my branding is, I would call myself I'm just authentically me. And, I think that's something that I landed on because I'm not really an actress, like, ugh, I'm a drama person, right? Like, I love drama, like theater, not like drama. Like theater. I'm a theater
yeah.
person. I was a drama kid through and through, like, I tried out for all the productions, I did all that stuff in high school and all that fun stuff, but, um, I don't know where I was going with this whole entire thought. Give me 1 second, it'll come back to me. But even
The
though I really enjoy performing, I'm not good at acting. So, like, trying to come up with a separate persona for myself, I don't think that that's really, like I don't think that would be really good for me. I don't think I'd be good at it. And I just tend to connect with people, like, really hard. Like, I I've met some of the best people, like, sincerely, like, I will start crying. I have met some of the best people through streaming, like, some of my best freaking friends, and I've done that because my brand is authentically just me. Like,
yeah.
I am just myself,
Mhm.
and, I just think that that's important to me, and I know some people I don't think that having a persona to as a content creator is bad. I
No.
think that that's good for a lot of people because it can protect yourself, because you are online
Yeah.
and, you don't know people. You can think you know people, but you really don't,
Mm-mm.
and, I just think if I can be authentically myself, that is easier than trying to put on a face, and I just don't think that I could do that, and I don't think that would be healthy for me. So, that's my
Yeah.
branding, and that's why I became the person behind the camera in front of the camera instead of just the person behind the camera.
Yeah. That's kind of how a lot of people do it. Like especially nowadays, because like it's either you're an actor or you're just you, and that's how you have to go about content creation too. A lot of people uh they look at these content creators and they're like, oh, they're not they're not themselves, blah, 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 this and that. Like, no, they put on a fucking face for you. Like, it's just like acting. And that's kind of why I like content creation. I like watching people like you because you're just you. Like, there's no, like, yeah, you might be a little bit more shy in person, but it's still just you. You are just that, you are just that person through and through, no matter what. And so
I think
far, that's kind of why I keep following people like you and like Zoe plays, like, or which are the other two streamers that I've had on this podcast. Um, but it's just kind of everybody is themselves when they're in their own bubble.
yeah.
And especially nowadays, we have more resources and more dynamics than anybody else in the past to find those bubbles, to find those people.
I think too, like, a major part of it was COVID. I was so isolated, and even as somebody that's incredibly introverted, that isolation was really hard to deal with. Um, I'm introverted, but to an extent, I still need socialization to, like,
Mm-hmm.
function as a human being. I think
We're
everybody
social
needs that to a certain
creatures.
extent. Yes. You need something to, like, not go a little crazy, you know?
Yeah.
So I think, 2020, oh my god, I think, yeah, 2020 was when I started streaming, so November 2020. I was at the end of my rope. I was going crazy.
Damn.
I needed something. I needed something, and
Yeah,
this
for
was it.
sure. For sure.
So,
Yeah, 2020 was when I started streaming. I started streaming around July-ish of 2020.
that was prime time.
Yeah, still haven't made but like one paycheck from Twitch. It's fine. I'm not consistent. It's whatever. Um, but that's when I really started watching Twitch. That's when I really started like getting to know these Twitch streamers, getting to know like people that I've met online and stuff like that. Like, yeah, I've had online friends before and stuff like that, but like they didn't last long, and they still aren't lasting that long. But like the people who have actually given me a chance, and like, yeah, I have flaws. We all do. We're fucking humans. But the people who've actually given me a chance and learned those flaws and learned how to deal with those flaws are still here, and that's what
Yeah.
matters. But yeah, when COVID was a really tough time for me because my dad passed away right before it. My dad passed away February of 2020, and right as he passed away, and right as he had his funeral, like a week after the fact, COVID hit, and shit was wild.
Oh,
So
I can't even imagine going through that kind of grief in the middle of that. I am so sorry.
you're good. It is what it is. I've lived through it. I learned from it. I deal with it now in my own ways. But it it was definitely eye opening for me. Learning who all actually did give a fuck and who all didn't.
Yeah.
Um, because yeah, you can be there for someone, but if they're in dire need and you're not there, are you really there for them? Are you really their friend?
You're a fair weather friend then, and that's not a real
Exactly.
friend. Mhm.
I just call them acquaintances.
Yep. No, exactly. Yeah, no. Damn, dude.
And
COVID
I
was such
mean,
a paradigm shift too, like,
yeah.
it was like a collective. I don't think we were ever going, I hope to God, we never as a society have to experience that kind of paradigm shift again as like a
Oh no,
society.
we
Like,
will.
I don't want to. That was the most
If you,
profound. Like, it was insane, but to be experiencing grief in the middle of that, I really am sorry to hear
it's
that.
fine. Um, What's crazy about this though is like COVID wasn't the first time this happened. It happened with the Spanish flu. It happened with
True.
like other things. Like it's just history repeating itself unless we cut the string. So until we cut that string, like we're not gonna change. It's gonna keep happening. Shit's gonna keep going down. But this is the first time that that paradigm has truly rocked the world to its core because this is the first time the entire world has actually been connected.
Yeah,
If you
because
think
of social
about it.
media. Mhm.
Exactly.
And the
Like,
internet.
yeah. Like before in
It's
like the
incredible.
1980s, like you just had maybe dial up. If you were a rich household, you had dial up and like a box fucking computer. But
Yeah.
like now it's like a box fucking computer is like what the like not even the homeless
Yeah.
use those. Like
Well, and
it's
everybody has a phone because
crazy.
you have to have a phone. You
Yeah,
have to have a phone, and
exactly.
if you have a phone, you have access to the internet, you have access to the news. It's, it's
Like this
insane. It's
this little thing
insanity.
right here
Yeah.
is a small
Well,
computer.
it's incredible too because even though we had access to that and we have access to all that information, we still fumbled it and
Mm, we
we still
fumbled the
acted
fucking bag
selfishly.
hard.
We did. Like, we still acted selfishly. We still fucked up. We still made it to where millions of people died. Um, this is a really hard topic. Maybe we should move on. But,
Nah, that's
yeah,
fine.
no, that was a really hard time for sure, and I
Yeah.
think that that really molded me into the creator that I am, and also just, like, I'm an incredibly empathetic person, like, to my own detriment. So, um, creating during that time, I think it just created really strong bonds with people.
Mhm.
And I don't think those will be broken easily. Like, I've got people that I swear to God, like, they've been subscribed to my channel for like 36 months. Dead ass.
Fuck.
Like,
I wish
they're
I
just
could.
there.
I'm just poor.
No, like, and just because, like, even people that aren't subscribed to me, like, I still value them. Like, that's not saying that those people that are subscribed to me for that long are more valued. I'm just saying that those people are still like that's a
They're
thing. Like
still
that
supporting
it
you.
blows my mind.
Yeah,
Like
for
those
sure.
people here that have been here for that long and like seeing that number, it just makes me think, wow, that's how long people have been here. That's 36 months. That
That's
that's
almost 3 years. Or that is 3 years. Fuck. I'm
That's
stupid.
over 3 years, yeah. It's insane. It blows my entire mind,
I think
that
I've been
people care
following you
about
for
me that
about two.
much.
I think I've been following you for
Yeah.
about 2 years. 2 years or so.
You've been following me since I've been if you've been following me since I've been Jarashka, you've been following me for longer than 2 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Mhm.
I've
You've been
been
here for a while. I know you have. I know you have. I have a shitty memory, but I know you have. I know you have.
I've been here at least since COVID. I know that much.
Uh,
I followed your TikTok like in COVID, and then one night I was just scrolling through TikTok and I saw like you posted like a going live thing on your TikTok, and I'm like, oh shit, she streams. Fuck,
I
fine, I'll give her a
do.
follow. I'll give her a follow. And then I fell in love with that Appa in your background, and that's why I followed you.
Yes. It's fair. One of my first Appa videos, I somebody made me blind react when that was a thing to the most outrageous Cthulhu song I've ever heard in my life, and it was hilarious. I blind reacted to it, and the creator of that song actually commented on it, and we're mutuals. We're friends. It's weird. He's really cool. Um, and and I think that video got like, oh my god, 200,000 views? It was insane. I
Yeah,
was like, "What the fuck?"
it's
I still get random likes on that video. I still
oh
do.
really?
It blows my mind.
That's
Yeah.
funny. That's funny.
And it's the most I think what was it called? "I Fucked Cthulhu" is what the
Oh
song was called.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a funny song for sure.
fucking hilarious.
But yeah, no, it's been a while. We've known each other for a long time, and that's kind of what I've talked about with Azalea too. Is like I followed you because you seem like a chill person. I followed you not because like you're a female, not because you play video games, not because you like magic. I followed you because you're a chill person. And I stayed because of that reason. Like I've actually been going through and purging like people that I followed and just never they don't stream anymore they they're not who they used to be or whatever, and that's something that you have in common with a lot of people. Like, you haven't changed. You might have changed your brand, but you haven't changed you. And that's something that only some people can strive for. So I applaud you on that. Um how so you said you got into Magic the Gathering content. How
I
did that
did.
how did you get into it, and what made you fall in love with it? Like, what made you fall in love with making
Magic.
content for Magic and also for other things, because I know you play DBD too. Dead by
So
Daylight, for those who don't know.
For Magic the Gathering, I think it's kinda weird weird because like, when I first started posting content for Magic, it didn't do very well on TikTok, but I really, really enjoyed at the time playing Arena. Arena was one of those things I could play for hours and kind of lose track of time. I just really enjoyed playing Arena, and it was something that was low energy. So when I first started streaming, I loved things that was low energy because if it was low energy, I could stream for longer.
Hmm.
Right? And the longer I
No,
could stream, and the more low energy it was, the more energy I could put into performing, the performance side of the stream. So Arena was just one of those things that was low performance, low energy, I mean. And a lot of people kind of like really resonated with Magic. And one of my first TikTok streams actually was before I started deciding to stream on Twitch was me organizing my Magic the Gathering little like little collection. I had like 2 little boxes. I had like 2 little boxes. I have like 15 or so boxes now, but I had like 2 little boxes. It was so cute. Um, it was so cute. Yeah, yeah. And Magic the Gathering, I think, is just one of those games that brings people together in a really good way, and I really love Commander. It's just it's so fun. Like, every game is different. And I think that's where, like, other formats kind of fall flat for me, as every game is the same, like, standard, like, you play 4 of each card in your deck because you wanna have the same hand every time. You wanna have the same first 4 turns every time. It's just not fun for me, it's just not enough. Like, my attention span's shit already, like, do we really wanna play the same game every time? Like, come on. You know what I mean? So Magic the Gathering content then started really doing better than my other content. And then I started doing 1v1s with paper magic. And then I was like, ah, I don't really have enough energy. 4 player magic, pods. That's a lot of energy. That's a lot of people that I have to talk to at the same time. That's a lot of things I have to pay attention to. I don't think that's happening. Well, you know what? Now that's all I do. That that's all I do. And then Dead by Daylight, I guess. My goodness, when did I start playing Dead by Daylight? Let me go look at the dates. I've got right now 3,000 hours in Dead by Daylight. I purchased it. Fudge. My god. When did I purchase this game? Can I even look that date up?
email.
Uh,
You let let's just say you've been playing it for almost at least 3 years, because you've been playing it as long as I've known you. You've been playing it
okay.
since you were Duraksha, or however you say
Yeah,
it.
for sure. Okay. Yeah, well, we'll say I've been playing it that long. Okay, 3 years. Dead by Daylight started getting really popular as like a streaming game just because of how it works. It's a quick game, it's fun, it's really entertaining to watch, I think. I think it's fun to watch. Um,
Mhm.
and I enjoy it. I enjoy it. It's I don't know. I enjoy it. That's why I
Yeah,
stream it. I stream it because it takes, like, little energy, and I enjoy it. Like, it's as simple as that, honestly. So,
yeah. Your
that's
Huntress
what I
plays
do.
are fucking wild.
Thank you. I like
I'm never gonna be good at Dead by Daylight. It's one of those games where it's like, I have it. I didn't even
yeah.
have to purchase it. It was one of those free games, like Free Weekend or something on Epic a while ago. And I'm like, okay, I'll get this because why not? It's a free game, whatever. I downloaded it and I play it on occasion, but I'm never actually like fully committed to it. And I'm like, I play this when I'm bored of everything else.
It's a
And
hyperfixation. I
yeah.
I'm
Well,
also
like
really
I
good at it, and it's hard for me to find games I'm good at, okay? Like, it gives
mhm.
me dopamine. It gives me a little bit
No,
of a rush. Like
I completely understand that because I'm the same way with Apex and Overwatch. Like I'm decent at aiming in video games, but at the same time, like just seeing those numbers go up whenever you finish a match, it's like, ugh. It's just something about seeing those numbers go up. It's like
Yeah.
it sends shivers down your spine. Um, but yeah, that's actually really neat because like I got into Magic in high school, and I was a part of Strategic Gaming Club, which well, it was more or less a glorified a glorified nerd club
Yeah, I
because
can tell.
it was Yu-Gi-Oh! It was Yu-Gi-Oh! Matches, it was Magic the Gathering matches, it was D&D, it was fucking it was so many other things. Like people would trade Pokemon cards and shit. And like we played Bakugan like once or twice. Like
No, not the Bakugan! Oh, that's it. That's a nail in the coffin right there.
I saw like a couple people play Bakugan and then they were playing like Vanguard. They started playing Vanguard at the end of it, and it's like,
Yep.
bruh, I didn't even hear like half these games, and I'm like, I have a deck of Yu-Gi-Oh and a deck of Magic. I first Magic deck I ever had. I bought a 2000, I think 15 or 16 big box that came with like a certain number of packs and shit, and it came with Angel of Theros.
Nice.
And one of my friends had really old, like he had like beta cards. Like he had like beta cardboard cards that his dad used to use. And one of my friends was like, "Hey, I'll trade you an entire deck for that one card." And I'm like, "Fuck it, sure, why not?"
He just gave
And
you beta cards? Okay.
he didn't give me let's see if I can actually find some. They aren't beta cards, but they're like season 1, season 2 Magic the Gathering cards. They're
That's nuts.
uh I know I have a few in my commander deck. Uh
I've got revised dual lands. They're nice.
yeah. Uh but yeah, nah, he gave me a full on just green and blue a green and blue deck of just see, here's one,
Oh, Simic. Nice. Okay.
and here's another one. It's
Oh, they're
just
so pretty, though.
yeah, they're just art differences, but it's like you can tell that they're the older ones, and it's kind of cool. But he gave me
That
an
is really
entire
cool.
deck of those, just those, and I'm like, okay, cool. Anyways, here's your card. Because I didn't know anything about Magic at the time. I just knew like I could get like 60 plus cards for one card. I didn't know Angel of Theros was a good card.
Oh, man.
And
That's a loss.
eh, he used Angel of Theros to make a full-on Angel Commander deck.
I'm not surprised.
And it was just really it was really funny. It's really funny in retrospect, and I'm like, okay, whatever. Like I lost one card and I gained like 60. It's fine. But in reality, it's kind of like I spent $70 on that fucking. I spent like not 70, but I spent like at least $30 on that fucking box. I could have spent most of that on food if I needed it. But oh well.
It's
Addictions, am
it's
I
you to
right?
gambling. Magic is gambling, let's be honest.
Any card game is gambling at that point.
Oh. I think it's an investment. It's an
It,
investment
it
you'll never get a return on, but it's totally an investment. This 1000% an investment,
Yeah.
if you don't whine your cards like I do.
Anyway, um, so let's go back into some of your content creation, and you were actually talking about some of these people earlier. Are there any special people, and you don't have to say their names because anxiety, but are there any special people in your content creator journey that kind of helped you thrive and helped you grow? Because I know
So many.
yeah, I know
My
there's a
god,
lot of people for a lot of people.
my entire community, let's be honest. Like, literally every single person that comes to my streams every time. Like, uh, my god, all of my mods, every single one of my mods, they are amazing people, and I fucking adore them. Uh, my god. I feel I don't wanna, I wanna name names, but I don't wanna name names because 'cause I'm scared I'm gonna forget somebody, and then people are gonna be upset with me.
You don't have to name names. It's just one of those questions like you can name names, you don't have to name names. It's just one of
Yeah.
those like overall umbrella questions because it's like there are a lot of people for a
Yeah.
lot of content creators and it's like some of them have more recognition than others and some of them don't. It's just I asked this question for the simple fact of once that question comes into play, that's when you really know how much the streamer cares about their community.
Yeah. No, my community is my family, let's be honest. They are the only reason I'm, even still creating, every single one of them. They show up. They make fun of me. They give me so much shit, and sometimes I wanna smack them, okay? But that's because they're like my brothers and they're like my sisters,
Yeah,
and, I fucking love them, dude. Like, I
they are a pretty great bunch.
they are,
They
and
they are
they're so supportive, and they don't have to be, right? They just come in and they say hi, and they don't have to do that, They don't have they come every
yeah
time though, like, they do, and when I'm having a bad day, I can really just say, "Hey, I'm having a bad day," and they're there for me,
yeah
Like, that's why I come back, Like, I could quit streaming tomorrow and my life wouldn't really be that different, but I would miss the fucking shit out of them. They're the only reason I stream. They are. So, yeah. I got to meet some of them in real life, some of my mods and stuff, and my husband, he's military, and, he deployed, and I was having just the worst time. I was having such a hard time, and, a couple of my mods, they drove out to Texas. Never met me. They just drove out here, and they came and they stayed with me for a week, and then when that week was up, they stayed longer. Um, they stayed for 2 whole weeks to spend time with me because I was having such a hard time. I'm all by myself here, and, that time was invaluable to me, and, yeah, they're so incredibly important to me, and, everybody, every single person that just supports me in any way, and they talk to me every day in my community, in my Discord, I don't know what I would do without them. I just don't know. They're my friends.
damn guess that counts me out. I don't talk
Oh,
to you
shut up,
every day.
Lewis. Well, I mean, you're, there still,
Yeah,
you
I'm
know? It's
I'm one of the people who just kind of sits and
lurks.
lurks. Like
Yeah, and I
I'm
love
one of
my
those
lurkers.
lurker rats. I'm one of those lurker rats.
There's people that have become lurkers that just don't have time to be there all the time. Like, people that I still hold near and dear to my heart that just, they don't have time anymore. They have careers now. And, there's people like that that just can't be around anymore. There's people
Mhm.
that just don't have the energy anymore, and those people I still count as really important people to me. There's people that have had kids that aren't really around anymore, but I still get pictures of their kids. Like, I get a little oh my god, one of them, he sent me a picture of his kid wearing a Link, bib, and I, about started
Oh,
crying. I was like,
that's
"Sir,
great.
you need to send me pictures of this all the time." All the time. But, I feel his support from afar because he just doesn't have time anymore.
Yeah,
But, like, life gets in the way. But I just, like, these people are so important to me, you know?
yeah.
I can't overstate that enough, like, I don't
That
know.
I
That
think
that
that's
question's really hard for me.
I think that's every content creator, to be honest. Like
Yeah.
every content creator, you might have some troublemakers in there or whatever, but every content creator for the most part, your stream community is your family. And it's you have the best time with them, you have the worst time with them. Like it's one of those things like they are truly your family when it counts. And some people, especially the ones who put on mask, who put on who put on those characters for stream, don't necessarily always have that. And it's something that you can't really put a value on, especially when it comes to like being a smaller streamer. Like yeah, you get like average 15-20 viewers, but those 15-20 viewers mean more to you than the fucking 10,000 that Tim the Tatman gets all the fucking time.
Dude, like, those 15 to 20 people are, like, the closest people I have. Like, I
Yeah,
don't have in real life friends, they're it. Like,
they're them.
those are
They
my
are them.
people. They
The
show up
only
every time, like, they're important to me, you know?
the only people I
So,
have, I don't have people. I have my dogs.
I got my dogs too.
Yeah, I have
That's
my
the
dog.
people.
My dog isn't dog. She's dog. Um, but yeah, you have two dogs.
I got a Zelda, she is a German Shepherd, and then I've got Mika, he is a Husky.
Husky. Is he
I
a
bet you
loud
if I say
husky?
Zelda's name no. He's very quiet, surprisingly.
Really?
He's led a traumatized life.
Oh.
He's a rescue. Okay, I guess I could have them come say hello. Zelda! It's coming. Oh,
Puppy! I love him.
this is Zelda. She turns
Ah,
3 on Wednesday.
oh my god, I love her.
Girl. Off. Off. Go place.
I,
Now.
I love her so much.
Go. Go. Mika.
Oh
Boy.
my
You said, "No,
god.
baby."
I love him. I love both of them so much. Oh,
He's had a hard life. He's about maybe 10? We don't know for sure.
oh baby. Oh baby.
But yeah, he's very quiet. He only talks back at you when he has to go outside or
Oh.
when Zelda's in his spot or when he wants attention, but he doesn't really talk much.
Yeah. I
As
have
I list, like, 10 things he talks about.
I have one dog. She's half cane corso, or as I like
Oh,
to
big
call
dog.
her, carne asada corso, and half lab. So she's extremely big.
Pretty.
Yeah, she's pure black, and she has the most beautiful amber eyes you've ever fucking seen.
Are you done
Um,
yet? Uh, Usually you crawl right off of me. You got your treat. Okay, bye. Oh, thank you for taking.
but she is my dog. She is my baby. Um, her name is Sassy,
Oh,
and
I love that
my
name.
my dad named her before he passed. We got her a year before he passed, and he named her Sassafras, and we call her Sassy for short.
I love that.
Dog. But
He
yeah,
really wants attention.
it's definitely a it's definitely better having dogs than sometimes having people around you. But at the same
Uh-huh.
time, that social aspect that we were talking about, we're social creatures. We have to have that interaction at some point. So
No,
definitely
exactly.
so definitely having those type of people who will be there for you whenever you're down or whenever you're sad or lonely definitely helps. And being one of those smaller content creators, being one of those people who are part of those smaller content creator communities, I can tell you from my experience, and I'm sure you can tell me from yours, those people are the most invaluable fuckers you've ever
Literally, though, and they are a bunch of fuckers.
met. Just because I beat you in Magic doesn't mean you have to call them fuckers, Shy.
They know who they are. They know who they are.
But yeah, no, it's definitely something to really talk about because this space is not something that comes lightly to a lot of people. And and for people, especially females, you all get some of the hardest shit just because you're females.
People people come into your community and either like, you're nice, right? If you're nice to somebody, they expect things from you. They're like, "Oh, they're nice to me. They're flirting with me because 'cause they're nice." No.
Yeah.
Or, "Oh my god, they're married. Bye." Like, I got married about 6 months into my content creation journey, and, I lost a lot of people. A lot of people left. It caused a lot of drama, but I chose to be public about my marriage, and I decided to do that, and my husband is a very big part of my community.
Oh yeah.
He's very interwoven, like, he's big friends with all of the people, like, Andre,
Yeah.
he's an asshole, I adore him.
He's the asshole that
But
I adore. Moving on.
yeah. It's hard as a woman because people like, you'll make friends and they'll just expect more from you than you can give them.
Exactly.
And, it's awkward, it's so awkward. It's it's hard. But then it whittles it down to the people that actually genuinely see you as a friend and not as a piece of meat, and I think that's really important still.
Yeah.
Um, and that's just what I have. I have a bunch of people that genuinely care about me, and I think that's invalid like, that's just priceless. That's absolutely priceless. I
Yeah.
wouldn't give that up for the world. Like,
Have having those people means 10 times more than having like 10,000 people who are there just to see you and not
yep,
the
I
game
think
that you're streaming.
we'd be having a completely different conversation if I kept my relationship status ambiguous,
Mm,
um, instead of being forthright about it. Like, if I
yeah.
had, like, just kept it a secret, I can see things being different, but I decided not to. I decided early on that that's just not like I said, my brand is myself, my authentic myself,
Mhm.
right? So, like, it wouldn't be authentically myself if I wasn't like, this is what I did today. Oh my god, you guys, I had such a good day. I went on a date with my hubby." Like, that
Yeah.
wouldn't be authentically me to not talk about that stuff. I get
Yeah.
real gushy about shit, okay? It's fucking weird, and I
Hey, leave
hate
me
it.
alone.
But you gotta let me be a girl sometimes, okay?
Yeah. And that's one thing about like being, and I kind of see from both sides of the mirror because I am a single guy. I don't have anybody who really gives a fuck about me besides my dog, and that's only because I feed her. Um,
I doubt that, but okay.
no, I do have some family, but they're they're not a part of my online. Like my family is very rarely a part of my online because I'm. It's not that I'm a different person, but more of my walls are down when I'm around my family than I am with my family, or without my family rather. And when I'm online, when I'm in this internet space, I like to keep my walls up as high as possible. And some people can break them down easy. They know how to fucking break you. But some people, it takes a while. And that while is some of the best time you can spend with people. Because, like, I didn't even follow you before seeing your fucking face. I saw you just sorting magic cards or doing so.
Oh,
I literally just saw you like magic cards, and I'm
yeah.
like, cool. Somebody else who likes magic, let's fucking go.
Well,
And I,
yeah.
yeah, and I followed, liked, and moved on. Like, and then I saw you streaming one day, and I'm like, fuck, she streams. I have
Eh,
Twitch, and
I do the
like,
same thing on TikTok. I just scroll and, "Ooh, a magic creator. Ooh, another
yeah,
one.
yeah, and
Oh,
that's
I'm
just
following this person? Cool. Oops."
yeah, yeah, and that's just how I found you, and it's like
Mhm.
some of the most authentic. That's some of the most authentic stuff you can get right now, especially in the internet and content creation world. Because like, yeah, you see all these, you get all these men who are like huge gifters to these females, but that's only because they just see them as a piece of meat. That's not because they see them as, there are rarities, of course. There's always going to be the select few, but most of these big gifters to these like, to these female streamers who are ambiguous about their relationships or are single or whatever, or do put on that mask that they are single, uh, that can get really scary really fast, especially for a woman. And I can't understand you being forthright, because that is you. You are very forthright. You are very gushy sometimes when it comes to talking about your husband, when it comes
Yeah.
to talking about your life, and that's one reason why I love you. That's one reason why I love watching you, because you are just that person. You there's no anonymity between you online and you IRL that
And I
I can
think too,
see.
for those women too, I think it's just they have to be careful, and I think it's just healthy for them to have boundaries. And I think that, they just need to form those boundaries early on with those people and just make sure that they have them, because if they have those boundaries, then they can protect themselves, and they can have, like, those healthy, like, friendships with those people instead of, putting themselves into any, awkward situations. Because 'cause I've definitely been placed in those awkward situations. Because sometimes as somebody that is a people pleaser, you sometimes feel like you are obligated to
Do
somebody
something.
just because they supported you, but you're not. Like, they're supporting your stream, they're supporting your performance, they're not really supporting anything else outside of that. So you have to set healthy boundaries, and even me as a person that is married, that is um, all that fun stuff. Like, I still have to set healthy boundaries with people. I still have to do that routinely. Like,
Yeah.
you have to. And if you're not setting healthy boundaries, then you're just setting yourself up for failure and you're setting yourself up for like incredibly awkward situations. So, I think too, like that's a really important topic to talk about sometimes, especially for women content creators and anybody everybody actually, any content creator. Just make sure
Yeah.
you're setting healthy boundaries with people because online relationships, online friendships and all that fun stuff, like parasocial like relationships can get out of hand really fast,
Very
especially if you don't have
fast.
those boundaries. Because people like we're human beings and people
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 get
sometimes
weird.
have a few screws loose. Let's be real, you know? And I don't blame people. Our world is a little bit crazy, and people just really crave connection, you know? And in a world where we're all isolated, I think that they just really want connection with people, and they take it a little bit too far. There's a line, you know?
Yeah.
So, healthy boundaries.
And
Healthy boundaries. I will
and
preach
that
it.
that line is definitely something that a lot of content creators don't really realize until they get into content creation.
Yes, yes.
Like a lot of content creators, especially like the small up and coming streamers, they're like, they don't know those, they don't know those lines, they don't know those boundaries that they have to set before they even start streaming, and that can fuck them up. That can fuck with their stream, that can fuck with their IRL life, that can fuck with anything. That's kind of why I don't want, that's kind of why I don't let my family know what my stream name is, besides like one of my oldest, or one of my older brothers, because to be honest, I game with him sometimes and he's like, "Are you streaming?" And sometimes he comes into my chat and calls me a fucking poopy head, moves on. Like, he's
Well,
fucking
like
30, by the way.
one of my favorite boundaries is just having my DMs off, right?
Mhm.
I only friend certain people. And so like people can't just DM me. They can't
Yeah.
just like message me out of the blue. If people want to talk to me, they talk to me in my Discord server. Like that's like
Mhm.
one of my favorite healthy boundaries because that's a lesson I learned really fast. People would just DM me like all the time. And these are conversations that I can 1000% be having in my Discord server. Like I
Mhm.
can't be spending my energy on having 15, 20 DMs open at once. Like I can't. There's no way. So that's like a
Yeah.
really healthy boundary that you can set with people. And plus, like those parasocial relationships can get really out of hand really fast if you're sitting there having like really in-depth conversations with people privately. Um, and it's a whole mess, honestly. It's a
Yeah.
whole mess.
And that that's
I learned that
something that,
mess. I learned it so fast. I learned that lesson so
yeah,
fast.
I
Like
bet.
it was
Well,
a mess.
you're really you're you are a really attractive person, so I would assume you learned that fairly quickly.
It was bad. It was really bad. And then you sit there and
I'm
you're gaming with people, like, every single day, and then they get ideas. And then you're just, like, having fun with a friend, and they're, like, getting ideas, and you're like, "Oh, oops.
oh, oh.
I'm so sorry." And then you feel guilty, and
Yeah,
it's not
as
really
that
not your
peep
fault.
that people pleaser kicks in, and you're like guilt tripping yourself into being friends with them, and you're like, but it's not your fault. But I'm still worried about them. But it's not your fault. But they were weird. But and it's just a fucking ping pong effect of going crazy.
It is, and that's why healthy boundaries. Oh my god, you suck. He got food.
Aw,
I can't eat food right now.
wait, why?
Not the kind of Oh, I'm on a very restrictive diet.
Oh, damn.
Medical
That's
stuff.
medical stuff. I fucking hate medical stuff. But it is what it is.
Packages. Ooh.
Ooh, fun. Um, but yeah, not like we kind of already talked about this, but let's go to the last conversation or the last topic. Um, what made you sort of keep making content, and why do you want to strive to do it? Why do you want to continue to do it? We've already kind of talked about this, but
Yeah. It's just kind of like a summary of all the points, basically. I like to perform. I
mhm,
get a little bit high off of it. It helps me with my confidence, which is something that I sorely lack in real life. It's a great way to connect with my friends, and I think I just keep doing it to be able to connect with them because I don't know. Yeah, I just keep doing it for them. It's for them. I'm not really getting much of a gain out of it anymore. I was in the beginning. Like, financially, I was getting a
yeah,
bit of a gain out of it in the beginning. I don't really get much of a financial gain out of it now. Um, it's there, don't get me wrong. It's nice. It's like a little bit of an extra spending money at the end of the month, but it's not like it's anything I can really live off of or anything like
mhm,
that. So, um, I think I just do it for my friends, to hang out with my friends, and also for the confidence building because I think it's important for my mental health to stay on top of that.
yeah,
But yeah, it's just like a
and
culmination of all the things, basically.
yeah, and that's kind of why I put that question at the end, because it's like you can talk about it throughout all those questions, but in reality, like you don't really know until someone asks you that question. Because like you can say you did streaming for this or you did streaming for that or whatever, but as soon as that question is asked, that's where the real intentions lie. And
Sure.
that's kind of why I really want to do this podcast with a lot of people. Like I really want to do this podcast with smaller streamers and work my way up, because it's like once you find out about your favorite streamer, once you find out those questions and once you find out their story, it's almost like a it's almost like a connection that you have without having that connection. Like yeah, you can't see your community in real life, but you can talk to them via podcast or via Twitch
Uh,
stream or via TikTok, and just kind of tell them kind of how you became who you are online. And that's why I really want to do this podcast. That's why I really want to push it. Like, I missed a podcast in February and I still need to make that up somehow. Don't know how though. But I'm working on it. Um, but yeah, I'm really excited for the next 2 months though, because like, don't get me wrong, I love you and I love it. Zelia plays. I love her, but I'm really excited for the next 2 months because next month I have a mother streamer, and then for June I'm looking to get a father streamer and kind
wow.
of ask them how content creation, uh, how being that mother figure or father figure kind of affected their content creation.
Yeah,
Because like, yeah, being a dog mother, being a dog father is all good and stuff, but like
yeah.
when
But
you
being
have
like a
things that can
child, like,
talk back, when you have things that can talk back,
yeah,
like you have a
probably
husky,
different.
but yeah, it's not the same
That's
thing.
cool.
But I really enjoyed this. This was very fun. Uh, I
Uh,
really I really liked the conversations we had. It was a very it got very deep at some points,
they did.
but it is what it
Oops,
is. Um, don't say oops. Fuck it. I'm down
my
to I'm.
bad.
You're not bad. It's not your fault.
Sorry.
I hate you.
Not as much as I hate myself.
Damn, I was gonna say that.
Oh my god, I'm so hungry. I need to go eat some food, man. But
Okay,
first I have to
well,
cook myself some food. Ugh.
ugh, gross cooking. Same though. So everybody, go follow her. She's ShyTwilii on Twitch, on TikTok, and she has an amazing community. If you haven't already followed her, if you haven't already subscribed to her or whatever, please go do so. Any last words?
Thank you really much for having me on your show. I really appreciate it.
You're
And,
welcome. Thank you for being on it.
hope you have a really, really good weekend.
I hope you have a really good weekend as well. See you later.
Imma try really hard. Have a good night.